Well, here it comes. Oh, my goodness. Have you seen anything like that?
Let's go, baby. We are back. It is Smokin Greens. I'm Bobby. I'm joined by my boy Whit over here. We are so pleased to be back. And Whit's got the champagne bottle out. Let's get that thing popped off early. Me and Whit are coming in hot, celebrating. I know we didn't have a show last week, but we did put the pics out on Twitter for the people. And you know who came through. The podcast's favorite golfer, our favorite Asian, the little Korean that could. Zhu Young, Tom Kim defeats Patrick Cantlay to take home the Shriners. Wet dog, you need to work on getting that thing popped open. There we go. Hey, Whit's got the shit.
Go, baby. Tom Kim, the fucking man. I'm driving home from work. I'm like, listen, I got to do something for this guy. He just went in the realm of Tiger Woods and him, the only two golfers to win 2 tournaments before the age of 21. Fucking cheers to that fucking guy, baby. We've been on him both times. Let's fucking keep it rolling, baby.
Salud, bro. Tom Kim. Well, as you guys can tell, if you watch this show often, we are missing one of our guys here. Smoke decided he was better than this, and it was Dolphins season, and he couldn't do anything but think about the Dolphins. But apparently he's in the chat. So riddle me that. How is the guy in the chat, but he didn't have a half an hour to come spend with me and Whit and pick out some winners? It's all good, Smoke. It's all good. We know it's Dolphin season. Me and Whit are gonna hold this thing down. But bro, Whit, what a cash last week, bro, on Tom Kim, the best golfer in the fucking world at this point.
Yeah, man, he's unbelievable. I mean, going toe to toe. He's coming off President's Cup. You know, going toe-to-toe with Cantlay, who is a solid fucking golfer. Won the FedEx Cup 2 years ago. But for some reason, he's got that Sunday choke artist in him, baby. I don't know what's going on. But if you look at that back nine, Cantlay had, 4 birdies and 6 holes from 10 to 17.
Came out of nowhere. Not out of nowhere, but.
I was like, now I wasn't sweating as much as Bobby was. I had Cantlay and Tom Kim. So it was kind of a no sweat. I definitely won more with Tom. But when he parred the par 5 and Cantlay made birdie, I'm like, oh, fuck, here we go. And then he whips out the old 3-wood for accuracy.
Bro, when you say it was a sweat, like for me, it was an all-time sweat. Because normally, I mean, you watch golf, you got your guy, you're sweating it out. But at this point in time, it's NFL season. So you know we got all the games slammed. Whit had a good day in NFL too, but I'm over there losing NFL bets. And it got to the point where it's like, I need Tom Kim to win this thing, or else I'm going to owe the bookie a shitload of money. So shout out Tom. Definitely saved me big time there. But I mean, we already brought his name up. Cantlay. He might have had some birdies. He might have made the charge to get back in. But what he did on 18 was a downright choke job, bro.
Right.
Hitting that ball off the tee, left into the bush, not knowing his ball was in there, getting up there, not taking the unplayable, trying to smash it out, smashing it farther into the bush, then taking the unplayable. Then from the unplayable, he hit it in the fucking water. So it's just, as soon as that happened, I knew life was good. I knew we had a winner. It took all the stress right away. But can you believe, like, Cantlay is the Sunday choke artist?
He is. I remember saying it Saturday night. I'm like, we got Tom Kim versus Sunday choke artist.
Literally said that.
You know, we got a President's Cup encore. You know, it was beautiful. It was kind of like match play. They were just going back and forth, punch for punch. And Tom Kim stood in there, man. I remember, I think the first tournament I saw him was the Scottish Open. It was before the British Open.
Yep.
And I remember this guy, he just like casually in second place, 1 stroke off the lead. And I'm like, he's gonna choke, like he's gonna hit a bad shot. And he just kept striping the ball on the last 4 holes. Like he doesn't, you know, and after seeing all that electricity from him and the President's Cup and being that kind of like the President's Cup or the international team's Patrick Reed, like being their Superman, trying to get them hyped up. They're getting their fucking asses kicked. And then they start going on a little run. And, you know, that guy, he's the energy golf needs. I always said it growing up. Tiger Woods brought that energy. Not the golf clap. He's going crazy. He's fucking fist pumping, and that's what golf needs. It needs that energy. It needs that crowd to get involved, and I think he's great for the game. But yeah, Scottish Open. I think the first one that found him, I'll give props to Bobby. We all cashed, but Bobby did. He was like Ju Hung Kim. Remember the name, and we cashed a few weeks after, and fucking the rest is history.
Bro, it's sick to be on like the starting like leading edge of something, because soon enough everyone's gonna know Tom Kim. I think he cemented that at the President's Cup when he was just the most electric guy in the field. I mean, there was a hole where he made a putt. He left his putter on the green. He left his ball in the hole, and he was just screaming, yelling, and got off the green. Like, this guy is a straight electric factory. And on top of that, he's unbelievable at golf. He's got huge balls. He's willing to make any shot. He hits it straight as hell. He's great with his irons. He can putt the ball. And on top of that, like, his personality is insane. Mm-hmm. This 20-year-old kid from South Korea speaks fluent English. He's a Tiger Woods stan, which I love. And he just like gets it. Like, the guy gets it. And he's going to be one of the biggest stars in Asia for like time to come. And my boy Level 2 took the words out of my mouth. Tom Kim is trying to steal Morikawa and replace it with himself, because I'm there. I'm ready to declare Tom Kim my favorite golfer over Colin Morikawa, but it's close. But he's trying to steal my heart, and I respect that, Level 2, because I'm on the same exact page, bro.
And you said it, man. He damn near speaks better English than me. I remember his first interview. I'm like, okay, where's the translator? No disrespect, but where's the translator? And he comes out, and I'm like, what?
Dude, it's actually crazy. And he's 20 years old. Like, he seems like way far above his time to be 20 years old, doing these interviews, doing this media, like absolutely crushing it. So shout out Tom Kim. I mean, in the President's Cup, I mean, we could talk about that for a while. It's our first show back. USA dominated, but not quite as much as I thought, bro. I thought we were going to win that by a few more points. I don't know. I didn't watch as much of it as I would have liked just because of the timing with football season, but I still definitely watched enough. What did you make of the President's Cup?
I mean, honestly, I think it was like the USA won, but it wasn't. They didn't have that it factor. I mean, I went to the Ryder Cup with Smoke, and that whole vibe that they had against the Europeans. I mean, this team didn't even like compare. They didn't even light a candle to this team, because the international team, I mean, with live golf and people not being eligible to play and shit like that going on, it wasn't even supposed to be close at all. And after the first day, I mean, you're like, okay, this is going to be a blowout. I mean, I remember tuning in like right away, and I'm like, there's nobody in the first grandstands. I'm like, okay, so people just aren't showing up because they know it's going to be a smoke fest. Because I remember we got to the Ryder Cup on Saturday morning, and we got there at 5 a.m. I'm wearing shorts like an idiot. It's 40 degrees. Okay, it's pitch black. You can't see. It's wet. It's been raining. It's muddy. And we get to the front gate, and there's got to be 20 or 30,000 people just sitting there at the gate. When they opened those gates, everybody just started sprinting. We're sprinting. We can't see. It's wet. It's muddy. We're going up hills. I don't know if you've ever seen Whistling Hills or
I know what it looks like. Yeah.
Property. It's up and down. It's fucking crazy. And I'm wearing white shorts, and I get to the top of one of these hills, and I just see people busting their ass. I'm like, here we go. Boy, I took one step, and I just slid down, and I'm like, damn, I'm going to have shit stains all over my pants the rest of the day. I don't know what kind of acrobatics I did, but I didn't even like have a fucking streak of dirt on me. I don't know how I made it happen. But I was like, there's no way we get to the first grandstands. They're going to be a seat. Well, we get up there and there's a fucking seat. And we get in there, and that vibe, the sun's coming up behind the first hole. They're playing music. They're getting everybody hyped up. That wasn't there when I first tuned in. And I was like, but then once I saw the weekend, it did progress, and there were large crowds out there. I think there was a good showing, but I think it was a major letdown for the U.S. even though they got the W.
Bro, you and Smoke, and you will tell the stories about the Ryder Cup all the time, and I just have like the worst FOMO of all time, because like I met y'all boys and linked up. Probably it had to have been a couple months later. And I just think all the time, bro, if I'm a few months earlier, I'm at that Ryder with the boys. Because there's nothing like a Ryder Cup. I've never been to one, so I can't even speak. You could better than I. But just watching it on TV, there's nothing like a Ryder Cup. In the President's Cup, it is a consolation. Like, it's not nearly the same. You can't really compare the two other than the fact that it's like a country team event. That's like the only similarity they have, because the electricity at the Ryder Cup is insane. And I know me and Whit both are in the lottery for that one in Italy. So
Yeah.
fingers
Hey, listen,
crossed.
we're making it out to one regardless. If we don't get the one to Italy, we're definitely, when they come back, we're gonna make it out there.
Yeah, bro, we have to. I need to see one of those events. They're unreal. But yeah, I mean, the whole live divide has kind of fucked the whole golf world, because that USA team didn't have the same juice. It didn't have that. What was it, Morikawa and DJ, that would get paired together and just dominate
Right.
everyone they played? Like, that wasn't there. Scotty Scheffler, I think I bet on him in his matchups 3 days in a row, and he didn't win a single one. Like, it wasn't nearly as dominant as I thought it was going to be. Still, I mean, solid event, fun to watch, but it's not the Ryder Cup and the live shit. I mean, we can get into the live shit a little bit. I don't have a ton on it. It's been football season, but I mean, live's fucking golf up, man. Stuff is just kind of getting screwed.
It is. And I think it came out like last week. Greg Norman came out with a statement and about trying to get official world golf rankings. You're not going to get official world golf rankings in a 54-hole event. It's not fair to the other people. You know how many golfers would win a 54-hole event that did not win a 72-hole event? The amount of collapses that happen. And not to mention that it's a fucking exhibition match. So it's like, you know, the money's there. They're actually paying Fox Sports now to broadcast.
Yeah, they're paying Fox Sports.
Think of that. I know CBS and NBC pay billions to have the privilege to broadcast the PGA Tour, and you got Live Golf paying to get somebody to broadcast it. Will it give me a better chance of tuning in if it's on Fox Sports 1 than YouTube? Yes. And I do think they've brought a lot of good talent over there. I just think it's not good for the game. I think as fans, we all deserve the best players in the world to be on the same platform. Okay. I know growing up, we've had, you know, the Asia Tour, the European Tour, the PGA Tour, but you've never had somebody come in and try to steal the show. I mean, imagine if it happened to NFL football, if like just these unlimited money people just came in and started handing out $400, $500 million contracts to a 50-year-old Tom Brady, or, you know, or stealing young talent. I mean, what would stop you? I mean, I would not turn down the money. I don't blame the people that have gone. I probably would not do it fresh out of college. Like, you've had a few guys that have been top amateur. Well, yeah. James Peon is a peon. And what happens is what I didn't know is they're really not guaranteed shit, because you go play bad one or two times, you get kicked off. And right now they have a max, 40-something man field.
Yeah.
So you know, you're not getting $1 million. Might sound pretty when they front that to you, but listen, you can go do that on the PGA Tour by sponsorship exemptions, everything. It's like there's so much money to be made on the tour. There's a right way to do it, and I just think they're doing it the wrong way. But I think we should all be on the same platform. And, you know, John Rahm came out and said he called for peace between the tours. I think it should happen. But there's no way to get peace when Liv wants to go from 8 events to 12 events to 15 events. You're not going to be able to play on both tours. And it's just not going to work out. So.
Yeah, I mean, I think me and you have kind of been lockstep the whole way on our thinking. Like, at this point, they're getting talent. I mean, Cam Smith is the man. Was one of my favorite golfers, made so much money on him. They got him. They got Neiman. Like, they're getting good talent over there. But until the fact that, like, the simple fact that it's a 54-hole non-cut event with a shotgun start, that's just, I can't buy into that. And I know you can't either. I see Level 2 says, now we need someone to be there simping for Liv. Well, you got Smoke in the comments for that.
Love how Smoke's just chilling in the comments. He should be live with us. You know, it's our first time back, but I get it. Dolphins football, baby.
All right, but enough about that. I feel like we're kind of caught up. We got a good feel for what's going on. You ready to get into the ZOZO a little bit?
Let's fucking do it, baby.
All right. I'm going to start you off with the course preview, talk about what we're going to expect, what we're going to see out there. So the ZOZO, we are over in Japan, and heads up to anybody betting this thing, anybody watching this thing. Obviously, we're looking at a major time difference. They're teeing off at 7:50 p.m. Wednesday night, our time, Eastern Standard Time. So if you're looking to get your bets in, make sure you get them in before Wednesday night. If you're looking to watch, nice primetime golf for you. But yep, over in Japan at Narashino Country Club. It's a par 70, but it's a weird par 70 because it's a 34 on the front and a 36 on the back. Length is 7,079 yards. Honestly, a very, very interesting setup with this golf course. All the par threes are below 200 yards, but then the par fours are all over the place. They're either shorter than 400 yards or they're like 500 yards. There's some par threes. There's 5 par fours. Sorry, not par threes. There's 5 par fours that are over 486 yards. I mean, that's just ridiculous. That's insane. So it is going to play longer than that number indicates, that 7,079 yards. It's going to play longer than that. And to add to that, we do expect rain. It's been raining there all this season. This season in Japan, they get a ton of rain. We're expecting rain on Thursday, but it should dry out through the rest of the week. That's at least solid. Fairways, zoysia grass, rough zoysia grass, not very common on the PGA Tour whatsoever. Really, the only courses that have them are FedEx, St. Jude, and then East Lake for the Tour Championship. So at least we have some pretty recent tournaments to kind of base it off of. There's 4 holes with water. Some important notes: it is only a 78-man field, and there are no cuts. And of that 78-man field, like 14, 15 of those guys are players that play on the Asian Tour or Japanese players that they've given exemptions to get in, which makes sense because it's their home country. So they're going to get their guys in so they can go out there and support them. No cut, like I said. But this course it's undulating, it's hilly, it's tree lined, very tree lined, everything. So you got to be accurate off the tee on your approach shots. And they're out of the 18 holes, 6 of them are dog legs. So you're going to have to be precise off the tee, shape your shots around these dog legs, all that kind of stuff. And one last just kind of interesting note on this course, which I don't know, it's common in Japan, I guess, in Asia, but not in America whatsoever. So for every hole, they have 2 greens. There's an A green and a B green. And I guess that they have different grass on them because certain parts of the year, the grass doesn't grow good, so they'll alternate greens. But for this event, every hole, they obviously are going to know what green they're going at. It's going to be the same one all week with the exception of hole number 4. Hole number 4, they are going to switch it up and go between the 2 different greens. So that is a pretty cool, interesting note on that course. I already told you about the weather. Thursday, rain. The rest of the week, pretty nice. And then some quick past winners because I would be remiss. Anytime I can bring Tiger Woods' name up, I'm going to bring Tiger Woods' name up. And in the first year of the ZOZO in Japan, 2019, Tiger went out and won that bitch at -19. I remember it like it was yesterday. Incredible year. In 2020, they played the ZOZO in America because of COVID. Cantlay won. But in 2021, last year, it returned back to Japan, and Japanese guy himself, Hideki Matsuyama, took it home. Absolutely electric round he had. That 3-wood on 18 was incredible. Go check our Twitter page out if you want to get a look at it. But that's pretty much the preview, Whit. That's what we're dealing with. What are you thinking, dude? What does that course scream to you?
So it screams to me off the tee. You got to keep it in the fairway and proximity. Who are the better long iron players? You know, we're talking about 200-yard plus irons in. It's going to be wet. It's going to be playing long, and so you got to keep it in the fairway, and you got to be able to hit your long irons.
100%
is what screams out to me.
No, I couldn't agree more. I had some of the key stats is obviously if you listen to this show or listen to me ever or just watch golf, shots gained on approach will always be the most key stat, especially on a course that's a little bit shorter, but it's going to play longer. So it's going to be your mid long iron players. It's going to be that accuracy off the tee. I have proximity of 175 yards out and plus. We already talked about those really long par 4s. So that's what you're looking for, man. And based on the scores we've seen, I mean, 2021 -15, 2019 -19. So the boys are going to get a little bit under par. This isn't like a U.S. Open where it's going to be 3, 4, 5 under, but it's not a birdie fest where it's going to get to 30 under. So it's a little bit in between. You want guys that can score, avoid bogeys, and that type of deal. So, I mean, without further ado, I think we got to drop some locks on these people's heads.
Let's fucking do it. Yeah, just to add to that, you know, this course hasn't been around. This tournament hasn't been playing at this course for very long. We got 3 years of data. Really, I think only 2. Actually, average score across the field last year played even par. So it is going to play tough, and it's because it gets so wet. It plays longer. These guys, if you watch a PGA Tour, these guys get 50 yards a roll, and they carry it 300 yards.
Yeah, that's facts.
And not only do they have to hit it long, they have to hit it straight. So it's you got to be accurate, and it's going to play long. So I think that's an important stat. That there are birdies out there, especially when a course plays wet. But it's not, like you said, it's not going to be a birdie fest.
All right, man. The people are asking. They want the winners. They're asking us to drop locks. They came to the right place because Smokin Green drops locks. That's what we do. Me and Whit, look at what he's drinking. Is he drinking a normal beer? He's drinking champagne because this is a celebration from last week. Tom Kim, and we're here to give you the winners this week. Whit, you want to start out with the outrights, brother?
Yeah, let's go. Some may call me a mush. I might be just looking at the top 6 guys on the boards, but this is top heavy. This tournament is top heavy. And I think that winner is going to come from the top. I am starting at Xander Schauffele at plus 800. He's fifth in strokes gained off the tee. That is huge. He is first in total driving. All right. Second in proximity of 200 yards plus. Sign me the fuck up. The odds aren't great, but if he thrives in no-cut events, I'd be a fool not to have a Xander ticket at plus 800. All right. Next, we're going to Sungjae Kim. All right. He's fifth in strokes gained putting, second off the tee, third total driving. And another important stat is course history. These guys have been here. They've played well. He is second in course history. So I'm taking Sungjae Im at plus 950. Next we got, I couldn't fucking have an event go without fucking the choo-choo Tom fucking Kim, baby. We're celebrating him now. I hope we're fucking celebrating him again next Tuesday night. We're not getting as good of odds as we have been, all right? And you're not going to see 2,500 on Tom Kim anymore. He's going to be in that 12 to 1,800. All right, we're getting Tom Kim plus 1,400. Guess who was first in strokes gained approach? Tom Kim, all right? Second in proximity and 200 yards plus with the long irons. And he's coming off a win. Let's fucking go. Tom Kim, baby. Next, we're going, I know this is Bobby's boy. I don't really like betting on him. He had an off year last year. I think he gets it right. I think he starts coming together. He's always been a great long iron player, all right? He's first in proximity of 200 yards plus and second in strokes gained approach. Drop it in, plus 1,400, Colin Morikawa. I got to take the defending champ, all right? He's not playing too hot, but I saw that 3-wood last year, and, he's going to come to this event, and he's going to be feeling it. A few stats on that. First in proximity, 150 to 175. Fourth in proximity, 200 plus. First in course history and defending champ. Sign me up, plus 1,400. The last two, all right? This is the camel. Sometimes he's the broken camel. Sometimes he's a thirsty camel. This is Smoke's boy, all right? Smoke ain't here to bet him, so I might as well fucking do it. Somebody's got to do it. Plus 1,600. He's first in strokes gained off the tee and fifth in strokes gained around the green. Off the tee and being accurate is important in this event. We all say it. We're not letting him win an event without us on him. I'm going to go ahead and do it this week, plus 1,600. The one guy that is not the top 6 is Corey Connors, all right? What stood out to me is 7th on approach, 3rd on off the tee, 2nd total driving distance, and 3rd in course history. Plus 2,500, Corey Connors. That wraps it up from outrights.
I love it, Whit. And I'm on 3 of them with you, and you saved me. I mean, you came correct today. This guy had shots gained approach. This guy had all the fucking numbers. You want to go out there and do your own research, you go out there and do it. But here at Smokin Greens, we're going to do the research for you. We're going to pick the winners. You bet them. You'll make money. Mike, my boy Mike, puts a funny comment. Minus 200 zillion. Someone had Colin on their card. Well, I knew I was going to have them, so that was 100% of cash. But Whit coming along for the ride is just a bonus. So, I mean, I might as well just start right there. I'm also on Colin Morikawa. He's got a soft spot in my heart, man. This is my guy. This is my favorite player. I got him 16 to 1. And admittedly, 2022 was a down season for him. No wins. He didn't win. But at the same time, it's not like he was nowhere to be found, dude. He finished 2nd at the Genesis, 5th at the Masters, 5th at the U.S. Open, 5th at the FedEx St. Jude. So, like, this guy was here. He was around. He wasn't just complete and utter shit. He just couldn't win the big event, which in golf is hard to do. Great players win. I'm expecting Colin Morikawa to bounce back. I mean, this guy's already won 2 majors. He's obviously got the skill, got the talent. His iron play when on point is better than anybody else in the world. So Colin Morikawa 16 to 1. That's a play for me. I mean, just a couple other things. In 2021, he finished 7th at the ZOZO. In 2019, 22nd. That was his rookie year on the tour. Morikawa also finished 4th in the Olympics. Where were the Olympics held? Thanks for asking. They were in Japan. So he's got some similar feel for how these course plays. And just like his ball striking, it is so out of this world when it's on point. And I'm expecting him to bounce back and get right. And not to mention, Collin Morikawa, he's half Japanese. He takes a lot of pride in his Japanese heritage. He's been talking about it a ton this week, about how his ancestors came from Japan, how half his side of his family is from there. So a little extra motivation doesn't hurt at all, especially when you see a guy like Matsuyama who won last year. Like, these guys are fired up to play in front of their people. So Morikawa is my first play, 1,600. I'm also with Whit on Sung Jae Im. I think Sung Jae should be the favorite in this event. No disrespect to Xander. I mean, I know Xander is Xander, and in a no-cut event on a limited field, Xander just usually goes to town. But for me, Sung Jae has been playing unbelievable golf. I mean, last week he finished 7th at the Shriners. To end his 2022 campaign, his finishes were 2nd, 12th, 15th, 2nd. This guy lives, eats, sleeps, breathes golf. It's all he loves to do. He's going to be good to go. He's coming back to the ZOZO. He's an Asian player himself. He's familiar with the terrain, with the style of golf they played. He finished 3rd here in 2019. So give me Sung Jae Im plus 1,200. And then my last one, we're together on, Tom Kim. I'd be remiss not to have Tom Kim. I went into this entire week saying, thank you, Tom Kim, for cashing me last week. I'm not going to bet you this week. It's okay. You already made my money. And then I start seeing these videos come out of him with Sung Jae on the greens, just having a good old time. This kid looks like he couldn't be having more fun and couldn't be more excited to be playing golf. And that's exactly what I want when you have the skill and talent to back up your game. So give me Tom Kim, 16-1, won the Shriners last week, accurate off the tee, ball striker, and just more than anything, the it factor. Like, this guy doesn't care if the camera's around him. This guy doesn't care if you're talking about him. He wants it. He's about that action. He learned from the best, Tiger Woods. He's a stan. So Tom Kim, 16-1. And then my last guy on my card is a guy I like to bet a lot. And I bet him all the time. He doesn't come through all the time, but I for some reason, I just got an affinity for this guy. Mito Pereira.
Oh, no, he did not.
I got Mito to Cheeto plus 3,500. I mean, another guy who had a great performance in Japan for the Olympics, finished T4th. Last week, he finished 4th at the Shriners. He's great on approach. He played in the President's Cup, albeit he wasn't exactly amazing in the President's Cup. At least he's been playing high-level quality golf. He hasn't been taking the off season, doing nothing, hanging out, drinking Mai Tais or whatever he does. He's been playing golf, and that I like. I think Mito has the skill. He's a ball striker's ball striker. So sign me up for Mito at 35-1 in a field that I feel isn't that great. I feel like I'm getting some value on Mito. But that's it. I just went 4-man card, bunch of guys up top. I think we got a good chance, though, Whit, especially those 3 guys we're on together.
Come on now. We're going to run it back, baby. Run it back one time.
Smoke's going to be on the sidelines having FOMO. Me and Whit going back to back. What do you want next? You want top 20 or you want matchups? What do you got?
I mean, I got one top 20, but I got 5 matchups. So whatever you want to do.
Let's breeze through those top 20s. Who do you got? Who's the one?
So the one top 20, because this board is so top heavy and we're not getting good odds, and I'm definitely not laying anything above minus 150 on a top 20 in a 78-man event, is Corey Connors. I think this fucking guy's got it. He hits the ball accurate. I already gave you the stats. He's plus 130 top 20. He's got to beat, 2/3 of the field, and I think he's going to win, so I'd be a fucking idiot not to fucking bet him get top 20. So it's kind of a hedge on a winning bet there. Would love to cash the plus 2,500, but we'll go ahead. That'll be my one top 20.
No, I like that, bro. I mean, Connors' ball striking's out of this world. All you got to do is hope and pray he putts, because if Corey Connors figures the flat stick out, it's game over. I got 3 top 20s. There were 3 guys that I wanted to bet them outright, but I couldn't because I went with a bunch of the guys up top. So, I mean, I'll start with Keegan Bradley, top 20, plus 110. He owns the course record at this place. He shot a 63 back in 2019. He finished 7th here that year and then 13th in 2021. 2 weeks ago, 5th at the Sanderson. He's just a really solid player, man. He really is. Keegan Bradley's never going to be the top of the market type of guy, but he'll always be there, especially, I mean, I don't have first-round leaders yet, but I guarantee you Keegan Bradley will be on my first-round leader card because he likes to come out, flash hard, and then kind of meander a little bit. That's why I don't have the outright ticket. So top 20 plus 110 in a field of 79. I love that pick. And then another guy, shout out to my boy Brett. I think he might be in here listening, but he is the biggest Tom Hoagie fan that I've ever met. I don't even know if Tom Hoagie has any other fans, honestly. But he plays the most boring, consistent golf in the world. He hits it about 275 off the tee, right down the middle every time. He strikes a beautiful iron, and then he's either making birdie or two-putting the par. So you're going to give me that kind of consistency on a field like this? I'm taking Hoagie plus 120. Last week, I mean, he finished 4th, and he was the first-round leader, so something to put in your little file there. This guy can go out and fire low. Last year, he finished 17th. His last 3 finishes on the PGA Tour all have been within the top 20. If you follow this show, you know that last year, Matt Fitzpatrick was my guy. Top 20, top 20, top 20. I bet it every week. I'm looking for a new guy. Hoagie fits some of those criterias, man. He just hits it straight and he's consistent. So maybe Hoagie will be my guy. I'm going to start this week with a plus 120. And then my last top 20, a guy that won on the tour last year, still doesn't get a lot of credit in this fucking golf world. Big Sepp Straka. Top 20.
That's a Big Easy, baby. That's Big Easy Jr. right there.
Yeah, plus 175. The Austrian's coming to play, bro. He's just good at golf. Like, people don't realize Sepp Straka is just straight up good at golf. Finished 2nd at Sanderson a couple weeks ago. Back in the PGA Tour schedule, he finished 2nd at St. Jude's. He won the Honda Classic, which is a brutally tough golf course to go win at. So Sepp Straka is the real deal. And it's just another guy where I'm getting a plus 175, and I feel like he is one of the better, like, top third of this field in golfers. So if you're going to give me plus 175 just for him to finish in the top 20, I'm going to take that and run to the bank with my Austrian, Sepp Straka.
Yeah, man. Piggybacking off that, he's like a diet Ernie Els. He's the big
Dude, he is.
junior. He's, he just carries himself so well. He hits a fucking bomb, right? And he just swings so easy, man. I fuck with Sepp. I think he first came on the map really at the Honda Classic, and that was it was him and Shane Lowry, and then it
started raining.
It started pouring down rain right after Sepp finished. Like, I mean, talk about shit luck. Lowry got fucked on that one, but I fuck with Sepp. Yeah, he's like Big Easy Jr., diet Ernie Els. But yeah, let's get into these tourney matchups.
Yeah, let's finish it off. Lead the way, brother. You've been crushing it.
All righty. Well, so I got these guys to win. I gotta back them up in the motherfucking tourney matchups, baby. Corey Connors, Smoke once tried me, to see if I could spell this guy's name. I definitely spelled it right. Hopefully I say it right. Corey Connors minus 120 over Bazoodan Height. All right.
Bez.
Next thing, I love fading the Terrible Hatton. There's something about this guy that I just hate, right? I don't know him as a person. It's tough to hate someone you don't know. But I just
punchable face. It's a punchable face, bro.
Punchable face. He's got a fucking anger problem. He's like his anger problem makes John Rahms look fucking, pristine, like a nice little Catholic boy. Cam Young minus 135. I think these odds are way fucking off. I got Hatton way down on the board. He hits it short. He's got anger issues. Now Hatton might come out and win now that I'm putting dirt on his name. But Cam Young minus 135 over the Terrible Hatton, and I'm doubling down. You're gonna give me Tom, Mr. Choo Choo. We're celebrating today. We're popping champagne. We're going off 2 winners off this guy, and you're dropping minus 140. I had a theory that I'm fading. He's not a first-time winner. He's a second-time winner. But a lot of times you'd think after a guy wins an event so tough to win, it's so fucking tough to win on the PGA Tour that next week they're just partying all week. They don't give a fuck. They're riding on the high note. But there's certain guys out there that are just ready for the grind. Tom Kim is one of them. All right? Nice. Tom Kim minus 140 over Terrible Hatton. I'm doubling down on that one. Next, we got Emiliano. Throw your ass on the Grillo.
On the Grillo.
Right. Davis Riley, man, he was in the Rookie of the Year running last year. He's a great golfer. But Grillo just shines in these events that aren't top tier PGA Tour events. I feel like you always find him top 10, top 20. He comes out first round hot. He hits the ball a mile. He hits it straight. Emiliano Grillo minus 110 over Davis Riley. Last one, I'm stealing from my boy. He said it to me earlier. I gotta have some Tom Hoagie action. You already heard the stats from him. This guy just he hits it straight. He hits his irons good. If he doesn't make the putt, he's gonna 2-putt. That's solid for me. Maverick McNeely, he's a Cali boy. He shined a few years ago. Could have won a tournament. I think he blew it. But Tom Hoagie, I would never bet him to win just because I don't think he's got that it factor in him. But I think
win last year.
I think he'll have a solid showing.
He did win at Pebble.
Right. He did. But Tom Hoagie minus 110 over Maverick McNeely. McNeely is an oil boy. His fucking dad's probably worth like $20 billion. This guy doesn't have to fucking grind it out. Give me Tom Hoagie minus 110 over Maverick McNeely.
Love that. I only got 2 head-to-head matchups, man. I couldn't find a ton I liked. It's early in the season. Normally when the season's going, my matchups are more so guys I want to fade. And I look at guys and I'm like, who can I fade? And I'll look for a matchup fading them. This year, we're just starting this thing out. I don't have that list of guys I'm so ready to fade. So these are more plays on guys I want to bet. And it's Hoagie again for me, like Whit just highlighted. I mean, Maverick McNeely, Maverick McNeely, great golfer, don't get me wrong. But his saving grace is his putter. If he doesn't come out there and gain 2.5 strokes around with his putter, he's dog shit. Because he's not a great iron player. He doesn't hit it great off the tee. What he does is save himself with his putter. And I'm willing to bet that Tom Hoagie, Mr. Consistent, based on what I've seen, Mr. Hit it straight, make a putt, he's going to come out to Japan with his same old game, his same old – there's a reason why when you go out and play golf with people and you get paired up with the 60-year-old man and the 60-year-old man absolutely beats your ass because he hits it straight down the middle, straight on the green, and then 2 putts. There's a reason that's successful, and that's what Tom Hoagie does. And I don't think Maverick McNeely's putting game is going to travel over to Japan and he's just going to put the lights out in Japan, a foreign country to him. So give me Hoagie over McNeely, minus 110. That's simple. And then everyone wants to talk about the show that we're going to bet Morikawa. I'm going to bet Morikawa, and I'm doubling back on him. I got Morikawa over Victor Hovland, minus 127. I already told you all the reasons why I like Morikawa. The reasons why I'm going to double down and fade him is because I feel Morikawa is the more consistent golfer than Victor. Victor has his flashes, and when Victor's in a groove, watch out, because this guy plays some serious golf. He's unbelievable off the tee. If he could just learn how to hit a wedge, he would legitimately be like a top player in the world, but he's still struggling to learn how to do that. And when's the last time we saw Victor Hovland play? I mean, Morikawa got out to the President's Cup. At least we got to see him out there grinding. I don't know when the last time Hovland played is. I would guess it was at East Lake in Georgia. Other than that, I mean, this guy lives in Norway. Is he playing golf all the time? I got no idea. I just think Morikawa has the much higher floor. There's ceilings you can debate. I mean, both of them are great. Both of them will, I think, probably be a number 1 golfer in the world at some point. But give me the guy with the higher floor. Give me the ball striker. Give me the guy that's going to hit it straight off the tee. Colin Morikawa over Hovland, minus 127. And Whit Dog, I think that wraps it up for us, brother. Do you have any closing remarks?
I'm just gonna piggyback off that because I did see that matchup, and while I have Morikawa to win, I still think Hovland gets a top 10 here. So I personally would not take it with Hovland.
He's telling the people to fade me.
Here's I'm not gonna fade you, all right? I might just go add in a ticket right now for the fucking But with Hovland, I watched it live. Smoke watched it live. We were bullying this man, all right? And he was driving it right down the middle. He was fucking putting his irons fucking 2-3 feet from the hole. Then he missed the fucking putt. That is his falling grace, is he cannot putt. He cannot chip. If that man could putt and chip, he would be the number 1 player in the world. His ball striking is unbelievable. He drives the ball unbelievable. He obviously doesn't get fazed by fucking crowds. Like, we were literally out there, Happy Gilmore in his ass, jackass. We were getting on his ass. His caddy even came out smoke. Was like, you gotta chill. we were giving him the full Victor, and we, we were fucking. We were having a good time. The beers were flowing. I do think Victor has a solid showing. I think when one of us definitely says something about fading him or whatever, I might just add a Victor first round leader ticket. This fucker's gonna come out and his putter can get hot for 1 round. I don't know about 4 rounds. But if the guy's hitting it good, he's going to be there in the end. So I was just piggybacking off a comment you made there, and I don't know.
None. No doubt, bro. I appreciate all the input. But people, anybody in the chat watching, we appreciate you, especially Smoke blowing us up. But everybody else watching this, listening to us, do us a favor, man. We're going to be here all year long, giving out winners, providing content. Subscribe to the channel. We're new. Last year was our first year. We're going to grow this motherfucker to the moon. No one's giving out winners like we are. I think myself, I had 10 winners last year. Whit had, I don't know how many, a handful though. We were, this Tuesday nights at 7 o'clock is usually a party because we're celebrating something from the week before. So subscribe to the channel, like the video. We appreciate y'all. Follow us along on Twitter. I mean, me and Whit are going to post our cards. If Smoke has any plays, he'll post his. All the clips, all the information you need to know. It'll be right there for you. So we definitely appreciate y'all. We're happy to be back. And, man, Smokin Greens on top. That's all I got to say. Let's cash another one, Whit Dog.
Thank y'all. We're back, baby. Let's fucking go. Cheers.
Peace.